The former government advisor James Price is still with us in the studio. I mean, the fact of the matter is this is a reminder of just how sordid these allegations against Prince Andrew are. And this will just dredge it up again, and it makes him seem even more sordid. And I think he should just sort of retire from public view, don't you?
I think it makes all of our impending Christmases and the various family dramas that we'll all be facing pale in comparison, doesn't it, really?
You're right about that.
But I think maybe let's try and find some kind of Christmassy silver lining on it. Isn't it wonderful that we're in a country now that for the last, 1,500 plus years, that even the wit and even the king has to be under the law and under the rule of law. Yeah. So, you know, when justice is done in whatever way it may be done, that, you know, that is something that can happen here, and that our rulers are not above us. There's the best silver lining I can come up with.
And by the way, can someone tell Prince Harry that another element of society that does not bow and scrape to the government, or to the royal family, or to the king, or to anyone, is the British Free Press. Harry wants us to touch our forelocks and do what he says. It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, absolutely right. I think it's very important. I think the slight bit of win he had maybe last week, I think that they live in this sort of rarefied world now, being removed out to California, where people, as you say, just very obsequious towards them, and I'm sure that no one here at TalkTV would be like that, which is excellent.
Certainly not.
It sometimes feels as though we've never seen so many scandals in the royal family, so much psychodrama. I don't think it seems to be denting their popularity too much, but is that just a symptom of the world we now live in, where once upon a time news was a couple of broadsheet newspapers and sort of had that time lag, and now you've got electronic media, the immediacy of social media, of gossip and international press, and so this next generation of royals are going to have to be very careful about the way they conduct themselves.
Social media makes disgrace a lot worse.
Absolutely. I mean, can you imagine how bad the abdication crisis in the 30s?
That bad?
TikTok?
Twitter would have exploded.
Right? Wallace Simpson telling all on a TikTok video. I think that would have been terrible. And you're right. And I think it's a salutary warning, not just to royals, but to everybody, that this stuff can be on the internet forever now, and that we're getting far too obsessed with staring into things. I now try and carry a book around with me wherever I go, so I'm not so tempted just to constantly scroll through Twitter or whatever it's called.
One of the problems we've got with Prince Andrew is his own character, his personality. I mean, he's a pompous oaf, to be honest with you, full of his own status. And he is not losing that status easily. You know, he is fighting all the way. We're here, he's still demanding to the king, let me come back to frontline royal duties. No, mate, you get on your horse and look a bit weird in Windsor Great Park with your little hat on, and you get into your Land Rover or your Range Rover and you drive wherever you... Where is he driving when you see him? Where's he going?
I love he gets on his horse and looks a bit weird.
Yeah, well, he does. He got the, I know.
He's off to the Peachtree Express in Woking.
Oh, God, no. He's off to get some sweat. Yeah. No, I always find the relationship between him and Fergie quite confusing. I mean, what's going on there?
Well, she idolises him. At least someone's got to. She's his last fan on earth, apart from himself, of course.
Well, your tweets and texts have been coming in this lunchtime on this very topic. We've been asking, should King Charles ban Prince Andrew from the royal family's Christmas Day church service? Natalie writes, it's a church where no one should be banned. Andrew could choose to do it privately, maybe go through the back. Rupert says, the idea of banning anyone from attending church is a little odd, to say the least.
Well, OK. Wendy writes, Christ forgives. So I personally think he should be allowed to attend church with the family. But Della says, granted, this all happened over 20 years ago. It still doesn't make him look good. He should become invisible. He did this to himself. I totally agree.